Why must IHL differentiate international from non-international armed conflict? Imagine a world where the rules of war are the same no matter what kind of fighting is happening. That would be chaotic and confusing. International Humanitarian Law, or IHL, is designed to prevent that chaos. It sets rules to protect people caught in conflicts and to limit the damage caused by war. But here's the thing. Not all conflicts are the same. That is why IHL makes a clear distinction between two main types of armed conflicts. First, there are international armed conflicts. These happen when two or more states are fighting each other. Think of wars between countries like World War I or II. In these conflicts, the Geneva Conventions and their additional protocols provide detailed rules. These rules cover everything from how prisoners of war are treated to protecting civilians and the wounded. Because these conflicts involve states, the law is more specific and comprehensive. States are more willing to follow strict rules when fighting other states. Then there are non-international armed conflicts. These occur within a single country. Usually they happen between the government and organized armed groups or between different armed groups inside the country. Think of civil wars or insurgencies. These conflicts are often less formal, with guerrilla tactics and irregular fighting. The law for these conflicts is simpler, mainly covered by Common Article 3 of the Geneva Conventions and sometimes additional Protocol 2. These rules focus on basic protections for civilians and those no longer taking part in fighting. Why does this difference matter? Because the nature of the conflict changes how laws are applied. International conflicts involve large armies, occupation, and formal combatant status. Non-international conflicts often involve smaller groups, less clear command structures, and more civilian involvement. The law needs to reflect these differences so that protections are appropriate and effective. For example, in international conflicts, combatants have clear rights and obligations, and violations can be prosecuted as war crimes. In non-international conflicts, the rules are more limited, but they still aim to protect civilians and prevent unnecessary suffering. Knowing which rules apply helps military forces, humanitarian workers, and courts understand their roles and responsibilities. In short, IHL differentiates between these two conflict types to make sure the law is suited to each situation. This way, the protections are stronger where they are needed most, and the rules stay relevant to the realities on the ground. This distinction helps keep the law practical, fair, and capable of protecting those affected by war.